So, since starting this channel just a couple weeks and like 3 followers, I've upgraded quite a bit of equipment here at the shop in order to do better things and also, of course, learn, because that's kind of where I'm at. A lot of the things that I do, I don't normally do here at the shop. So anyhow, this is a good example of such where I have a HP with a broken power button. That is a real common thing with those, and I'm going to attempt to repair it. And like I say, my videos aren't yet really high production quality. But anyway, so check it out and we'll see what we can do to fix this. Okay, in the shop today I have a late model, maybe 3 or 4 years old, HP. It's one of those 360s where the screen goes all the way around. One of the bad things design-wise is that the power button is located on the side right here. I've seen this have problems over and over. And from a repair standpoint, it really sucks when the power board or jack, power jack where you charge it, is actually stuck to the board itself rather than on a cable like a lot of older computers have. So it makes it really tough when you break it. And right there on the side is a power button that's broken, and it popped right off the board. But I got it under the microscope, which will actually show it a whole lot better. Stand by. Okay, that is the actual power button. And to give you an idea of how small that is, here is a toothbrush for cleaning things. That's how small that is. Got a new one, and you can kind of see the power button actually has a top piece and a button on the outside. That's the power button. So that has to be replaced. The tough side of this is these two plastic LEDs. You could remove these right here. You could remove these and it wouldn't be a big deal. It just wouldn't light up really nice. So we're going to attempt not to damage anything. So we have this sort of tape. It is meant to go on top of parts to shield it from heat. I mean, I'm not really 100% sure how good this stuff actually works, but you know, they use it, so it must do something. So I'm taking a little piece off right there, and I'm going to put it, let me switch cameras. There we go. I'm going to put it over these two LEDs because I don't want to melt them, of course, and also because with the hot air station, if you were to heat it up to the point where the solder liquefies, the air can actually blow it completely right off the board. So this will serve a dual purpose. It'll kind of shield it from heat, and then it will allow me to not lose it if it does get too much heat. Okay. All right, we get ready and we will do this. Okay, so just to kind of show the tiny thing, that is the replacement right there that we'll be putting in its place. That is really small. Anyway, so first thing we're going to do is attempt removal, and we want to put some flux on here. Helps the solder flow. And hopefully we won't have troubles, because heat can do a lot. All right, let's try to get this off of here. Right. Using the hot air, we're going to try to get this off of here. Yeah, I can see that it's wanting to come off, but this is probably way too much heat for this little area. It's coming off in pieces. That's not good. So, tiny. I'm going to give this one more quick shot to see if we can get this off of here. That heat is no joke. They use leaded solder, or unleaded solder at the factory, and it makes it so difficult to get these things off of these boards. So in this case, I think what I'm going to do is use my tweezers, my hot tweezers instead, to get this off of here. So we'll go a little bit more flux. All right, little hot tweezers. Having the right tool is kind of nice. Good old plastic, not wanting to come off. See what a mess you can make dealing with this, because of the type of solder that the factory uses. Okay, let me look at this. Okay, so this thing literally demolished in the process of removing it because of the heat that we were using, because we had to, due to the solder that the factory uses. Okay, so now we're just kind of cleaning it as best we can. Alcohol will work. I mean, it's not the prettiest thing, but as long as it works. Okay, so now we need to tin the pads, those four items here and here, to allow them to accept new solder and therefore the new power button, which looks like that. So this part is actually a lot easier than you would think. So first thing I want to do is get some, get some solder and tin those pads. Right, let's see if we got, yes, give it a second for my soldering iron to heat up. Okay, now that it's gone, It took a little time, but we got it off of there. We want to go ahead and tin these pads using some leaded solder, so that way it can flow a lot better. Probably should put some flux on here prior to doing this. It keeps the solder flowing nicely. Alright, there we go. Now, it doesn't matter if we have a bridge. We're going to kind of wick it up anyway, possibly, unless we can get it just the way we want to. Yeah, I'm going to wick that one up just a hair because there's just a bit too much solder right there. All right. Now we'll try this again. Put a little solder on the tip. Did it again, didn't it? All right. I think that's got it, but we're going to clean it off. Let's see what it looks like. Well, 3 of them look perfect. Gonna go after that last one. Go with the hot tweezers. It's a weird color. Alright, that's doable. Alright, so yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now comes the fun part. Alright, let's get some flux on there. Oops. All right, now let's get some tweezers. Seriously tiny. All right. Can't use heat on this as far as the heat gun goes, because this will absolutely destroy this button. Well, we got one. Now, hold this down like that with the tweezers, and we should be able to just do this one time. Done. That's in place. Good deal. You know, I see a lot of videos where people touch things up because it's OCD, but in this situation, I am not trying to mess with it. Button works. Okay, let's get us put back together and see what happens. Okay, we got it put back together enough to test it. We got the plug in there. We got the light, that's good. And now we just need to hit that power button and see what happens. So there's the power button. We're looking for a light. Well, these things are hard to get to. And we have a light. So that will do it. And it works. All set. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it wasn't too much of a shit show and you learned a few things. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.